Hey everyone, Clint Butler from Digitaleer, and we are going to start a new series of site audits. Now, any trained monkey can take a URL and put it into a piece of software and tell you that you need H1 tags and your meta tags are all messed up, etc. What we're going to do is kind of take it beyond that and show you why SEO is important to you, or what we think is why it would be important for your business. Whether you should be leveraging it or not, etc. So the first site we look at in this series is Zeus Junk for Cash. This is a car company out of Houston. They actually buy junk cars. Pretty cool market, actually. So I'm going to start off not even bothering with SEO. What we're going to look at is the 3 fundamental questions of a website and its conversions. And that is, what is it? What's it about, and what's in it for me? It's really what this your website should answer for your visitors as soon as they get there, right? So that's how I'm going to approach this. We're going to start off with the conversion stuff, looking at the website, what we think about the fundamentals of building it, and then we'll get into the technical aspects of SEO and do like every other SEO nerd does and put it in some software and pretend like I'm significantly smarter than I am. And then we're going to look at the SEMRush details for one, how much organic traffic is the site getting, how much organic traffic is the competitors getting, where are they ranking now, and where they show some improvements, and if they did some, a little bit of SEO, how much money could they make. And if you see that spreadsheet hidden in the back, you already got an idea of what a good rankings can do in a month for this market. Yeah, assuming, of course, that everything else is right. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, what is it? This is a website about cars. It says cash for junk cars. Nice imaging. I like it. We buy junk cars. It's clear. Call to action could be a little bit better, a little bit bigger. I'd actually probably put a call to action right here in this box. But just something to consider. Do the same thing with here, kind of clean this up again. I know this theme that it was used, it could be a little bit cleaner, I think. We've actually used this theme on another site before, just recently. It's really good, so if you need some help with this one, if you're the owner and you're watching, I could take care of that for you. This big old white space here is kind of wasted. The form is alright, but you want to put something in here at least. To kind of highlight who you are. What I would do is kind of break this article up here and put it up here, who you are, Zeus cash for junk cars. Break up the article and put some bullet points in here to reach out for you. And that'll fill that space up and get rid of this randomness right here. And then this random click here button will get taken care of too. It'll make more sense when you look at the website visually. Same with this. I'd move these over and put it into blocks. Have your article, I'll use this as an example. Here's your picture like this, and have your article over here, and then flip it around, have your picture over here, and then your content over here. Your site will actually get a lot smaller, but it'll be more visually appealing and a lot easier to read. The what's in it for me, I'm not really sure yet right here up in the thing. I just buy junk cars. So what I would do is move this down, move your form up, move this up over here, and then say, hey, we buy junk cars because A, you want to get rid of the things sitting in your driveway, you have a backyard full of them, and you don't know what to do with them, etc., etc. Just kind of, why do you buy junk cars, and am I in the right place to get rid of my junk car? So what is it, what's it about, and what's in it for me? And we look at some of the navigation stuff. This is actually pretty good. I like how you did it. The website is set up fairly well. The standard about us. Again, I've used this theme before. All that stuff has come standard with the theme. It could have been done a lot cleaner. It looks like someone who made it was kind of in a hurry with it. I know the theme can be a little tricky, and you have to play with some stuff, some sizes. But again, it's nothing that we couldn't clean up for you if you wanted us to. Again, if you were the owner. FAQs. This is an interesting page. One thing I would say is probably get rid of all of these sliders on top of here. They're not really doing anything for you. And if you're in a mobile environment and you can see, it's not. I don't think it's helping you by keeping those on all of your pages. So I would consider getting rid of those if possible, or at least making them smaller. Again, with this theme, that is kind of like a default header, so you're sort of stuck with it a little bit, but maybe you can turn that into some real estate to generate a call to action. They're on here. You put this section up here, for example. I would try that out. And then you did a really good. This page is done really well. The formatting is okay. I think I would use this site is built with Visual Composer. For any of you who are interested or know about Visual Composer, you could do some better stuff with some add-ons to make that a little bit cleaner. But again, it's just a lot of content. You just put FAQs. Really, you don't need this. This was over-optimized, I don't think. Just frequently asked questions. They know you're on Zeus. It's right there. So I'd get rid of that. And then your blog. The blog is done pretty good. I like, how you did it. The layout's there. Whoever designed it kind of forgot this whole white space right here. There's actually a sidebar in this theme that get a little display ad created to click to call to get you there now. So all these people are going to read this article, but really there's no call to action. So let's look at the articles. Yeah, see, there's nothing here to get you going, to get you to call you a little bit more. So I'd get yourself, $5 on Fiverr and get yourself a picture, display ad to put right on top of that recent post section. So the first thing they see is your title, and then they see your thing. Give us a call right now. The service areas was good. There's a lot of links here, and I know you only have 32 pages on this website. So what are you going to do with that? Honestly, it's breaking up the neighborhoods. I think they did a decent job with this. The neighborhoods around Houston. If you've ever been to Houston, you're not in Houston for a little while. You're in Houston for a couple of hours as you drive through that whole metroplex. So this makes sense in doing this, and I think it's probably why you guys are doing so well in your rankings, which we'll look at later down the road. And then the standard contact us page, again, you use that same form. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. Could be a little bit more clean, but in the end, I like it. I know this theme makes this paragraph ugly, but for the most part, it's really just some fundamental clean some stuff up. When you switch it over to mobile, it just kind of looks a little better that way, but you still have a lot of white space just because things are messed up. But again, like feature it on, and then this picture here doesn't mean anything to me, and the same thing with that picture there. As a visitor, I wouldn't know what you're talking about, so I'd address that a little bit as well. All right, let's get on to the technical stuff. Again, like I said, any idiot with a piece of computer software can run through one of those online site audit tools and tell you that you need to do X, Y, and Z. So we're just going to go ahead and save you the trouble of pretending like you don't know that's available to you, and just kind of look at some things. First, I look at the duplicate titles. You can see here that most of these are actually pretty good, and then you have a set right in the middle here that are all the same. I usually address those. You don't want to have them popping up at the same time. Again, the reason is there's something going on with your site that's triggering these random homepage URLs, which is where those come from. And then this page here as well. So my guess is this is probably the page that you selected as your home, and then the software just kind of pulled that all in. We just want to make sure that Google's not doing that, and you can do that with some canonical URLs, kind of save yourself a little bit of drama. But we look at some other stuff like duplicate titles. Again, you only have those 4 or 3 right there, and then this one on your contact page. Honestly, I think there's something going on with your site. There's probably a link in there that my software found that is incorrect, and it's just kind of breaking the navigation. I would look at that and just see what it is. If I had to guess right now, knowing that theme is coming out of the demo content that the website was built with. And you get into your meta descriptions. Did a really good job. There's 5 duplicates in here, but all in all, it's really easy to fix. And again, that's those same set of pages, so I'm not too worried about that. That shouldn't be hurting you at all. Your meta keywords. No one uses these anymore, but it's kind of interesting to see if people fill them out. You can kind of pick up on what keywords your competition is targeting and stuff. That's just for extra knowledge in case you're bored. In your case, you are using them, and your SEO went a little bit nuts with them. I would think that this is probably at some point in time hurting you. Not so much with Google. Google ignores them. But if you put too many in here and you're trying to rank also in Bing, which has like 30% of the search traffic in the United States, so why wouldn't you? This could be a signal to Bing that you're spamming. Is it really a big deal? I don't think so, but I would never, even when I do use them, I don't put more than 1 or 2 keywords in there. Really, honestly, the only people you're helping out doing this is your competition, because they come in here and check out your keyword research, figure out what you think is making some money, and then kind of take it from there. Also, knowing the keywords that you're ranking for and that are getting traffic in the Houston area, none of these are of any value to you whatsoever anyway, no matter what, regardless of what they put in there. H1 tags, you did a really good job. There's no crazy images or stuff like that that a lot of people are doing. So congratulate yourself on that. H2's a little light. I would take advantage of those, but again, we'd have to look at it keyword by keyword basis for page per page to find out if they're even needed. Maybe you don't need them. We have some other tools that can do that for us as well. And then your images, you're doing all right with your images. And we look at the alt tags as basically missing the alt tags, and none of them are in that situation. So you're doing, whoever set that up is doing really good. But I didn't look, and we can't see here, is if the alt tags are for the specific keywords on the pages that are the images are located. But other than that, it's no big deal. And the rest of the stuff we won't even bother with. It's all, hook your analytics, etc. But I think you get the point. Any software can put it in there and click it and read it, and there you're good to go. I wanted to look at your Javas or JSON LD or your schema markup, and this is your home page. Is actually the incorrect schema markup because you don't have a product, you have a local business. So this information here is wrong and it doesn't apply to you. Also, Google doesn't show the aggregate rating on home pages, so this is doing nothing for you. And we'll get on to, when you look at your internal page, we'll look at one of those and you'll see how you're actually setting yourself up, or whoever set that up is setting you up for a error or a manual review from Google until you fix the schema. And again, you're not selling a product. You don't have a product. You essentially have a service where you're buying stuff from people. So I would use local business schema and not a product schema. And that'll help you with the your Google Maps issues as well. Here's one of your local pages or your internal pages. Again, this is the broken vehicles wanted. Honestly, I probably would not have chosen those keywords based on the keyword research of this market, but it is what it is. Some of these pages are ranking. We just kind of take it from there. Maybe we would replace this, or get rid of the broken vehicles wanted stuff and just put Bellevue, Texas. Cash for junk cars. We buy cars in Bellevue. We buy cars in Houston. That kind of approach. So you get buy cars or buy junk, and you have junk cars in there. So we don't want to over optimize. They've done okay by using related terms, but again, like I said, broken vehicles in Bellevue, didn't see any of that in the keyword research that we did for your site. Getting back to that structured data, you see your organization here is incorrect. The format of the number is wrong. They would have picked that up if they had actually tested it using the structured data tool. Here's your review system. This is a blog post. It's information content. There's no way to sign up. There's no way to collect reviews. But there is a Google penalty waiting for you on the other side of this if you don't remove these review ratings, because they are site-wide. Whoever did it used the the lazy man way, and everyone's done it. All of us in the SEO industry have done it, made these things site-wide, but you just can't get away with doing that anymore. Here is your review. This tool is SEMRush. Anyone can get it. You just plug your URL up there in the top left-hand corner, and you get some information. It's great information. So if you are doing your own SEO or you're an agency, you should probably buy this tool. There are other options, and SpyFu is our other preferred option, but SEMRush is our number one. What we want to look at here is your organic traffic. You can see you got 91 here in the search, and your top organic keywords are listed there. Junk cars Houston, Houston junk car buyer, buy junk cars. These are all people who have junk cars and want to get rid of their junk cars. You are in the top 10 for 3 of those 5 keywords, and that is a lot of traffic volume. It is, as a matter of fact, 1,950 searches a month just for those 5 keywords. You can actually monetize those really well. And then I also get to see some of your competition. I buy junk vehicles, HoustonJunkCar.com, etc., and look at that and say, hey, how do we stack up? So traffic wise, you can see here, organic search 719 visitors go to this I Buy Junk Vehicles site. They're ranking for a little close to 1,200 keywords, and you see that those same 5 keywords are right up here with one outlier, we buy junk cars, for 22,000. Don't get excited about that, though. That is national traffic, not local traffic. But imagine if we can get you up there for we buy junk cars, 22,000 in traffic, and then you throw some regular ad stuff on there too, and kind of make some money off of that, and then you also get the Houston targeted traffic as well. So I'd go for that. I didn't put it on our keyword list though, because it's just really that's more of a vanity word, and you're not going to convert all those people anyway. So I wouldn't reach out. I wouldn't actively try to do that. That would be my broad term. Maybe I got lucky, and when I did We Buy Junk Cars Houston, I ranked for We Buy Junk Cars, and there you go. You're get that out of the local relevance of the search results that Google is passing these days. The other one is HoustonJunkCar.com. You can see they're doing pretty good on traffic as well. Not complaining. They're not doing 650 visitors a month estimated, but they're not ranking for as nearly as good targeted keywords as you are. Lost title Texas. Clicking around their site and just kind of weird why that would be there, except for some content stuff. Content, if you lost your title, it means you probably won't, and you're looking for it. Maybe you need it now to re-register or whatever, or you're going to sell it. Now you got to find it. So you're going to look for a lost title, and then perhaps the sell falls down, and you've helped them with their lost title problem, then come back to you and sell you their junk car. Just the way to look at that. Again, I didn't use that keyword on our spreadsheet though, because it really didn't have any value for you, the owner of this website. Here is a look of the current standings for this CashJunkCarsHouston.com site. It's actually doing pretty good. Bottom of top 10 for some nice, decent keywords. Again, really only one good money keyword here. Junk Cars Houston, 880. But the rest of these that I made on the list, they're right here. You're not too far behind. It's just going to take a little bit of work. Maybe a month. Well, not a month, probably 2 or 3 months to catch up and get all of these keywords ranking really well. But I think you have a really good opportunity to start competing with these other 2 sites, 719, 659 visitors a month from targeted traffic that you can turn into business, sales or buy stuff and do what you do. Let's take a look at the conversion numbers. So we took the 5 keywords that we saw earlier. I'll go ahead and bring those right back up so you can see them. Junk Cars Houston. There you go. Junk Cars Houston, Houston junk car buyer, buy junk cars Houston, we buy junk cars Houston, we buy junk cars Houston, Texas. And there is the search volume. We base this number right here saying that you can convert 0.05% of your traffic, or 5% of your traffic. If you can't, if your website is not converting at 5% at least of your traffic, then you're doing something entirely wrong, and you need to fix that. And none of your SEO is really going to matter until you get that addressed. Look, the great side is that when we do SEO, we actually take conversions into account when we add all of our elements that are required technically to do well. So it works out. And we beat this whole 5% number. But 5% of 880 visitors, or 880 is 44 visitors with a 5% appointment rate of 22, and you close 7 of those, bringing you, based on your lifetime value of customer, $14,000 a month for that keyword. Again, that's assuming that you're number one in the rankings, based on the formula of the typical 45%, I believe that's what that set at right now. 45% of these people are going to come to your site, and then they're going to 5% are going to call. So there you go. Those are conversion rates, and then the estimated value of that term for you. These numbers here are just really arbitrary. Actually, everyone should be spending about 20% of their costs should be on marketing of some point in time. We just kind of threw that in there for giggles. All in all, though, you see we add all these together of 1950 search volume a month. 97 people call you, 48 buy or make an appointment with you so you can come see the car. 16% of them you buy the car, or 16 of those cars that you buy each month, making you $32,175. That's based off a $2,000 average lifetime value of the car. You just scrap a car, it's $500. You part it out, you can get anywhere from $5 to $2 to $6,000, depending on whatever the parts are, etc. So we chose to just kind of be on the safe side of the whole conversion ride. And then finally, we look at the way your site's laid out. It's actually not horrible. Let's look at it in a much better view. And here is the tree. This is how your site's laid out to the world. This is what the robots see. They come to your site and then they want to start clicking around and all this stuff. What I would do, I think the silos are built okay. It's not anything obvious that I see that stands out that needs to be addressed. Maybe some better interlinking. Why do you have a page about your phone number, or why is a robot seeing this page is about your phone number? We need to look at that and see what's going on with it, etc. Because if the bot here is seeing it, maybe the Google bot is seeing it. So we just want to check all that stuff out. I think it behooves you to do that. But in the end, I think it's a decent site. It's got excellent bones. You did a great job with it. This is a really good theme. I love this theme. And I think with a little bit of effort and maybe 2, 3, 4 months roughly, probably shouldn't take any more than 6 for sure, you can take over and dominate the Houston market on the search engines with a little bit of imagination and patience. So without further ado, I hope you guys liked our first site audit, and if you have any questions, be sure to email me. You can find us at digitaleer.com, or leave it in the comments in the YouTube box. Thank you.